Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of River Ave Radio. I am Ryan. I got Kyle with me as always. It is very, very hot where I am. How are you?
It's good. It's always a little funny because I have to turn off my AC before we go live because my AC unit is, like, you can probably see it in the shot if we go wide, but it's literally like 2 inches away from where I'm sitting. So whenever it turns on and my mic's on, I just hear vroom. But yeah, it's hot as shit out here, but I'm loving life. I got a pool. I'm excited for the Yankees today. Anthony Volpe is not in the starting lineup. Very excited about that. I'm sure we'll get to him later. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good. That is fresh news, by the way. We are recording this literally as the lineup dropped for the game
it dropped like 1
against,
second ago.
Against the supposed
Cleveland evildoers.
baseball team, the Guardians. I'm not sure that they're playing the same sport as everyone else. It really just, you play them and you always think it's not going to be as bad as it is, and like in the playoffs it's different because the fraudulent style of play is exposed, but in the regular season, man, they just got that juice. Like, and the earlier you play them in the year, the stronger it is. So catching them in May or in June, I guess early June, whatever. Still kind of.
It was really my fault that we lost 2 out of 3 because Jose Ramirez is on the person I was playing in Fantasy's team, and whenever I'm playing Jose Ramirez, he annihilates me. Yeah, he's scored 40% of his fantasy points this year in the 2 weeks that he's played me, even though he's only played me for like 20% of the fantasy season. So, my bad, guys.
Whenever something bad happens to the Yankees, you should first consider who one of us is playing in fantasy. I remember last year
it's
when we
usually
played the
correlating.
Reds. Yeah, I remember last year when we played the Reds and Ellie hit like 4 home runs against us in 3 days. That was the same thing. I was playing someone in fantasy and he had Ellie on his team. So
you always will suffer.
It usually is correlating, and Kyle and I are usually, not even usually, always suffering more than anyone else. And
it's statistically significant, by the way. We did the math. It's our fault.
Is true.
Blame us.
I have Judge. Judge is on my team. So
yeah, Judge is dead.
And
we'll
Lindor.
Get to that in a little
Judge
bit.
and Lindor. I traded Lindor to Kyle, but
enemy of New York, Ryan Parker.
Yeah, seriously.
Go Knicks. But anyway,
yeah.
Let's talk about the Sox series just real quick. There's not a ton to talk about just because it was only 2 games. One of the games got postponed. It got moved to late August, I think. Mm-hmm. So we lost the first game. It was like a complete horseshit loss. Like, Aroldis Chapman came in the 9th throwing literally 95 on his fastball. The Volpe at-bat was genuinely the worst at-bat I've ever seen in my entire life. He watched 3 sub-100-mile-per-hour fastballs right down the middle. Didn't swing. Didn't even look like he wanted to swing at any of them. I got so angry watching that. But other than that, I feel like it was a fine series.
I was at the game on Friday. I think I've booed a player like. I don't think I've ever booed anyone. No, Josh Donaldson. I booed Josh Donaldson in 2023. But, dude, I booed Volpe so loud. I was so mad. Oh my god. Because, I'm not going to get into it.
Could you tell how bad of an at-bat it was in the stands?
Yes. I mean, listen, like, not for nothing. You go down looking at 3 pitches. I honestly just assumed Chapman was throwing, like, his normal gas. But
yeah, that's what I was mostly talking about. Were you angry when you found out he was throwing 95?
Yeah, to be honest, like, it was numbing at that point. Like, I'm just kind of like, all right, like, this guy sucks. And also, like, just on the Volpe note, like, it's over, dude. It's a small sample size. Like, he hasn't even qualified on Savant yet, but the under-the-hood numbers are worse than they've ever been. And
over.
He just refuses to pull the ball. Like, and it's weird because, like, he does sometimes hit the ball hard and he does barrel and he hits it well and it would be he just doesn't have center field and I think and That's Baseball was talking about this today, and that's what made me think of it. And I've tweeted about this before, and people always get mad at me, and they always tell me that Volpe's success should come from like using all areas of the field and whatever, and it's like, no, dude, he's hitting it hard. He's just hitting it right at fielders, and he's just got to pull the ball, and he's got to pull it in the air.
He's like
pull air
5'9",
rate,
dude. He does not have the juice to be hitting it dead central.
His pull air rate is up compared to the last 2 years, but I mean it's still never eclipsed 20%, and I don't know it's not the short porch, but you hit it into left, and at least you're not.
It's not that long.
It's not that long. Like that's I don't know. I was trying to come up with an analytical way of saying it and a smart way of saying it, but yeah, it's not that far, man. Like just stop hitting it to center. I don't get it.
Like he hit the grand slam in the World Series, which was like a pulled fly ball into that like left field below the bleachers there. And that was like the last time I can remember him doing that, honestly. That was 2 years ago, basically. I'm sure it's happened since then. I'm not claiming that it's
I remember. But that Marlins game when he hit the settle down after he hit the home run. Yeah.
Yeah. He also hit like a 450-foot bomb in Miami, like to right center, but that was a weird fluke. I'm not going to dig too much into that. But Volpe is walking like 15% of the time, which is good, but it's just because he's not swinging. Like we saw in the Chapman at bat, like he's looking to walk because he sucks.
Yeah.
He's not up there trying to do damage. And if you look at his spray chart, he has 3 doubles and 1 home run. Both doubles were in the gaps, so it's not like he's pulling it down the line or hitting it down the line the other way. And his 1 home run is to left center field. So like he just got kind of lucky that it didn't go dead center, or else it wouldn't have been a home run and it would have been caught at the wall because he doesn't have the line drive power to hit it on a line. Like, if it's going to go over the fence, it's got to be at a pretty high launch angle. And if it's not going over the fence, that's an out. It's not like he's hitting it over these guys' heads for doubles like somebody like Judge or Stanton or even like Jazz can do. He just doesn't got the juice. Like, he's also defensively just fine. He hasn't had any, like, truly awful plays. Like, last year he was the worst shortstop defender in baseball, pretty much, by range. And he has a noodle arm. But this year, like, he has bad arm strength, as he always does, and his range is perfectly average. Mm-hmm. And we saw in, like, the relay throw. Obviously, we won that game, but it was a 1-1 game going into the 8th. Like, that very much could have been the deciding factor in Sunday's baseball game. Like... And it would have been Volpe's fault. Like, Rafaela was barely around third when Volpe received the relay throw from Bellinger and left. Like, he should have been out by 50 feet, and he chucked it all the way up the first base line. He basically just chucked it to first base.
I was not watching on Sunday. I forget what I was doing exactly at that point, but I trust you. And Volpe, a lot of the discourse in the offseason was, you know, if his bat doesn't come around, you can accept that if the defense returns to what it was in 2023 and 2024. But the defense really hasn't been anything special, and if anything, there's been a couple boneheaded mistakes, like you said. So I think.
And that was before like we had Caballero actually playing well. Mm-hmm. Like if your options are Volpe playing shit offense and good defense, and Volpe playing shit offense and bad defense, like, obviously you'd rather him do one thing well if there's no other option, but there is another option. Like, Caballero is playing well, and as we saw today, like, first time in a little while where Volpe's out of the lineup and Caballero's starting at short. So I think the Yankees, as we've talked about before, are showing a little bit more urgency this year. Especially with Judge out of the lineup, like, you need every advantage you can get, and Volpe puts you at a major disadvantage every time he comes to plate. And how the hell are there always runners in scoring position when Volpe's up? Like, it's been for years.
Last year and the year before, like, it's just, he's always, and that's what I'm saying. Like, the baseball guys are just not fond of him, dude. He's just always finding himself in situations where he's, like, going to be made fun of. And
yeah, I feel bad for him, but like
at a certain point you don't. Like, I wish him all the best, and I think he would maybe do well with another team. But I think I
don't hate Volpe.
No,
I don't like it. I have no I hate Josh Johnson. Like you mentioned him, I hate his ass. Like, I hate Aroldis Chapman. Like, I do not hate Anthony Volpe. Like, he's trying. It's not like he's given up, you know?
A lot of people blame the mistakes or, I guess, decisions, however you feel, of the front office in the late 20-teens and early 2020s on Volpe. Like, particularly with the passing on the 2023 shortstops with Seager and I forget it off the top of my head who
Trey
else.
Turner,
Trey Turner, yeah. It was they passed on a lot of people for Volpe, and that's not Volpe's fault. Volpe never Volpe wanted to be, the next great Yankees shortstop, and like you said, he's trying, but it just hasn't worked out, and that happens sometimes. But
he's not writing the prospect rankings.
No, yeah, people just put insanely unrealistic expectations on him, and it's unfortunate. It's sad to see. Not for nothing. He's our age. And just try to imagine if you're mid to early 20s. Just try and imagine yourself in that situation. I'm sure you can find some empathy, but at the end of the day, he's there to do a job just like anyone else, and we are wanting to win a World Series, and feelings. World Series don't care about your feelings.
They do not.
So, I think we can call it on the Volpe talk.
Yeah, I don't know how much more playing time he's going to get. I wouldn't be that surprised if we got sent back to AAA to give Jason Dominguez a roster spot when he comes back, which should be pretty soon. But we'll see. Maybe they'll send Jones back down, keep Volpe. He still does provide some value, just having Caballero being able to move around with him playing shortstop. Coming up, the Guardians series. So first up on the matchup list, we got Will Warren versus Gavin Williams. We saw Gavin Williams and the next starter, Slade Ciccone, in the previous series. Garrett Cole gets another crack at the Guardians. I was pretty... We'll get into it in depth, but I wasn't super moved negatively against him by his kind of flop start against them. And then we have Carlos Rodon versus Parker Messick, the lefty battle there, which I'm really excited for. I think that'll be a great matchup. Parker Messick has been incredible this year. We'll also do some talking about Rodon. But first up, Will Warren, Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams is having a really great year. The Yankees did do a decent job of getting to him in his last outing. But Williams has been one of the top guys in the whole league. He's almost at 100 strikeouts already. He's at 94 in 80 innings already. He has a 29% strikeout rate, great whiff, great chase numbers, throws his fastball hard, throws 5 pitches. It's always been really the walks for him that have been a problem. Last year, he was sitting at a 12% walk rate, which was basically the worst in baseball for somebody who threw as many innings as he did. But this year, he's gotten it down to around 7%, which is above average for starting pitchers. And the only thing really going against him is that he gives up a lot of hard contact, which is kind of what did him against the Yankees. The Yankees hit a couple home runs off of him. Jazz Chisholm, Jose Caballero got one. But he's kind of an up-and-down guy. I wouldn't be surprised either way if the Yankees put up 5 runs or 0 runs over 7 innings. But one way or the other, I'm not going to put too much stock into their results against Gavin Williams today.
If I'm going to put stock in anything, I'm going to put stock in Will Warren's start. His start against the Royals, was that his last start, or did he make a start in between?
No, it was against the Royals, I think.
Yeah. He had that one inning where he was just the one inning and specifically the whole game. It felt like he was kind of dancing around the Royals hitters, and the Royals are just not a good team, especially on offense. And the Guardians are slightly better, but it's not like they're an offensive powerhouse. If you want to pitch around J-Ram, that's one thing, but I would really, really like to see Will Warren just go at it. When Will Warren is on and throwing it in the zone and throwing strikes, he's on and his stuff is elite. We talk about this all the time, and it's very frustrating when he just kind of dances around these hitters that frankly can't touch him. So one thing that I'm putting stock into in the game tonight that I will probably only catch the first part of as the Knicks will be on, I would like to see Will Warren go after these Guardians hitters that are so.
Yeah, I'm generally up on Will Warren. I mean, he's kind of been just a fastball spammer this year. His fastball is his best pitch. We kind of preseason were looking for the off-speed stuff to really take a big step forward. Stuff-wise, still very good. Location-wise, not so much. But he's been so much better than he was last year. How sustainable it is, I'm not entirely sure. Just because, again, he hasn't changed a lot of stuff super meaningfully. But we've kind of seen I talked about this on a previous episode. He moved where he is on the rubber, and that's really changed a lot of guys' effectiveness. Kyle Harrison with the Brewers moved on the rubber and he's like a god now. So maybe just changing up the angles a little bit is all that a pitcher like Will Warren needed when he already had good stuff and a great fastball. So I'm generally feeling good about this Will Warren start. The Guardians, again, are not good. Like, they hit a bunch of home runs on some bullshit pitches. Like, Kyle Manzardo pulled, like, a Garrett Cole homer, into the short porch. That was, like,
Kyle
a foot below the zone.
homers are, it's just, like, you know that the gif of the guy just, like, turning the TV off? That
shit's not happening again.
Manzardo's up, I'm like...
Not happening again. Stuff like that happens over 162 games. This is why the Guardians don't win in the playoffs. Because dumb shit like this doesn't happen to them over, like, a 3-game sample. Right. Anyway. Oh, my God. I hate Cleveland.
But I don't know if I've actually told this story on the podcast before. So I went to school in Ohio, and in 2025 it was the off season. I want to say it was like January or February, and I was at work, and my boss came up to me, and they were like, "Oh, I'm really excited about the Guardians this year, whatever, blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure," and we're talking just like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm worried about the Dodgers this year, and I'm like, Dodgers, like what? What gives you the impression you're going there? Like you got like 3 to 6 other teams you got, and the audacity to look me in the face and go, "Well, you guys lost Soto. We can beat you." And I was like,
"This literally happened." Did you see that Twitter conversation I had with that Cleveland fan about Soto?
No,
this might have been your boss. Like, he literally was like, "There's no Soto to save you this time, buddy." And I'm like, dude,
what?
We whoop you every year. Like, Soto was there for one of the last 4 times we've whooped you in the playoffs. 2019, 2020,
the Yankees
2022,
have been taking
2024.
Their Astros rage out on the Guardians for the last decade. Like,
we've beaten the Guardians more than the Astros have beaten us in the playoffs.
Yes.
They're genuinely our little bitches.
Hold on.
And Cleveland fans play in that dog-ass division. They win like 90 games every year with a lineup consisting of like Angel Martinez, Kyle Manzardo, and Bo Naylor. And they think that they're going to be serious World Series contenders. Like, bro, like, if you were in literally any other division, you wouldn't even be playoff contenders. Like, let's be so honest.
And then they'll hit you with the after the talking like they are the owners of the biggest payroll in baseball, walking into the playoffs like they're the fucking Dodgers. Like, you beat them, and then it's like the small beans, small market, like, oh, big bad Yankee fan beating up on the small market again. Hope you feel... Yeah, I do feel good. I do feel really good. I feel quite good. Like, I enjoy it heavily.
Yeah, like, there's a reason that they have not won the World Series for 78 years.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you think it's a coincidence, like,
it's not.
Mike,
the thing he always put, like, every time we beat them, he posts
the guards ball
copy
bullshit.
pasta. Yeah, the guards ball thing. You may not like.
You don't like how
this
we
is
play.
how we play. Whatever, dude.
This is how we lose every year.
You know what I do like, and this is why I've gotten over my anger at Soto, like, because every so often I just get flashbanged with that image of the Guardians fan with his hat upside down, with his head in his hands, as Soto's running the bases going, "I'm the fucking best! I'm the fucking best!" Like, in Spanish. And thank you, Juan. If nothing else, you gave us that. But
you traumatized the city.
I wanna circle back on a serious note to Will Warren.
We're
you mentioned
distracted.
You mentioned that this may not be super sustainable. I know that you and I, or you and have now convinced me that it's the most predictive pitching stat. We are big fans of K minus BB. I'm reading it right now.
Strike minus walk rate.
K minus walk rate, and if you're looking at the list, young Will Warren is 22nd, ahead of such names as...
That's excellent.
Nolan McLean, around such names as Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Parker Messick, who we will be facing this week. Gavin Williams is 10th on this list, which is he's really good, unfortunately. But yeah, and Will Warren also, again, just looking at his stuff plus, it's overall this year. His first 2 years with the Yankees, it was 103 total. It's 107 this year. I have been a big fan of his sweeper this year. I think it's been really fantastic, and
It's always graded out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean it's his third most used pitch. He throws it about 22% of the time this year, and it's been very effective. Just as exactly as you always, it's always graded out as a very the stuff models always loved it, and yeah, I've been very impressed with Will Warren this year. Basically, that's the only thing I just don't get why he doesn't just go at, like, it's the weirdest thing. He'll go.
I just don't think he can command it that well. Like, I don't think it's on purpose. I think he can't do it every time he tries to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's no real way to tell.
Hey, I mean, listen, he's been the top 30 starter in the AL this year, and you really can't complain about that. So
yeah. Up next is Garrett Cole. Like, he's been awesome. I don't give a fuck what happened in that Guardians start, as we discussed. Those Kylemans, we're in Cleveland now, so it literally wouldn't be a home run because we're not at Yankee Stadium. But just generally, like, that kind of thing happens from time to time. He's walking less than 6% of people. He's striking out above 20%, and that number is only going to go up. Yeah. He doesn't give up hard contact so far. He's basically as good as he was 3 years ago, and that's all I really want from anybody. Like, he's throwing harder than he was in 2024. He's doing basically everything better than he was in 2024, and I feel great about every time he steps on the mound.
He, just for reference, 1/4 of the fly balls that he gave up in his start the other day against the Guardians went out. So that's just not something that happened. And if it happens again, it's not going to happen over a long period of time. And again, I know that we talk a lot about, like, winning every game and stuff like that, but at a certain point, the regular season is kind of just for getting right. And, like, I think a lot of my big worry about, like, winning the division was the depth of the pitching staff and not ending up in a situation where Luis Gil was throwing Game 1 of the ALDS, and that's just not going to happen.
Thank God, dude.
Knock on wood. Like, it's gonna. God forbid, let's just say, worst case scenario, we play 3 games of a wild card again, and so it's presumably free Cole Schlittler. Rodon starts Game 1 of the ALDS.
Yeah.
Or Will Warren, or Ryan Weathers, or maybe Skubal starts Game 1.
Yeah.
Or maybe Skubal starts Game 1.
It's not happening.
Listen. They said that they would be looking into it, which I feel like usually when they're not going to do it, you know it. Like, there was never any serious inclination in them being in on Tucker, but I remember, like, when they were in on Soto, it was like, yeah, we'll check in on that. And then
he's coming back soon enough that, like, he might not even get traded. But neither here nor there. We can't go down another rabbit hole here.
Yeah, we can't.
The Dodgers are going to trade for him, and we just need to accept that. But anyway, Rodon versus Messick is my, like, pitching duel of the series matchup. Rodon owns the Guardians, like, pretty historically. I'm going to look up his stats, like, versus the Guardians all time, but
yeah,
I think it's pretty crazy.
And it's in a lot of innings.
Yeah, he's 10-5 with a 2.5 ERA, 147 strikeouts in 24 appearances. Like, he gives them belt on the daily, and with the Yankee, I mean, look at Rodon.
Yeah, with the Yankees, he's been especially good, but he shared obviously he was in the division with them when he played with the White Sox, so he has had a lot of experience against them, and
yeah, he has a .9 ERA against the Guardians. Like, it's belt to ass.
I think about that 2024 ALCS start, like, on the regular. Whenever I need to feel something, I think about that. But
he's pitching basically as good as he ever has. Like, his command has not been sharp going into the year, but that's pretty much to be expected coming off of an IL stint and, like, basically no spring training. But it has been getting significantly better. Yeah. As he's gotten used to it, like, the command has gotten significantly better, but he's striking lots of people out. He's getting lots of ground balls. He's not giving up super hard contact. Expected batting average is literally elite. He's 98th percentile. He's given up a 176 expected batting average so far. And he's throwing 4 pitches with good regularity. He's going the fastball, slider, sinker, changeup, and all of them are pretty good pitches. And I'm just happy that he's not bad. Like, we kind of talked going into the season, like, I wouldn't say, like, red light flashing concern, but I was kind of worried that he would not be good just because the horrible first year came off of, like, injury, shortened, whatever. And I was a little worried that would happen again, but we're well past that stage of concern. Mm-hmm. Like, now it's only up from here for Carlos Rodon, in our opinion.
Without a doubt. And honestly, like, I've been a Carlos Rodon respecter since 2023. Like, I remember fighting with people on Twitter, and I mean, that dude, that was probably the nastiest agenda I've ever had to push. Like, coming off of that, like, Rodon start in Kansas City to end the year when he was like, I'm going to, like, my cabin, and I like the fights, but Rodon's strongest soldier. And in 2024, he was better. And in 2025,
vindicated.
I got what I was promised. And in 2026, he's continuing it. And it's been said before, but it is so unbelievably rare for a player to come here, underperform, and then get better. Like, rebound. Like, so many. And for the amount of flack that he gets for, like, being a mental whatever, and, you know, he can't hold it together. It's not true. Like, the guy literally, under all of your bullshit, turned his career around. Like, not only, like, it wasn't like he came back in 2024 and what he was doing just started working again. Like, he went from being a 2-pitch guy to incorporating an entirely new off-speed arsenal. And, like, Kyle was just saying,
he literally had to reinvent the wheel on the fly.
With regularity now. And this guy deserves all of our respect. I understand that the playoff results haven't really been there yet, but, like, he's had a few really good starts, and also he was injured pretty bad in the last one, so I'll give him
his velocity was way down. Like, it's pretty clear that the bone chips were there and affecting him last postseason. I'm not going to hold it against him. 2022, before we signed it, he literally threw fastball, slider 92% of the time, and he threw a cutter 6% of the time that he doesn't throw anymore. Yeah. And this year, he's throwing his fastball 44%, slider 28%, sinker 15%, changeup 12%. Like, he's an entirely different pitcher, and he's excellent, and we shouldn't take it for granted.
And the stuff is really good this year. His fastball stuff is way up, back in line with, like, what it was in, you know, his early career with the Giants and the White Sox and stuff. And that's obviously very encouraging because I think we were all just kind of expecting his fastball to be what it is, and the other pitches were just getting better. But if his fastball can rebound a little bit and the other pitches can stay elite, then that's very
He's throwing a little harder. Like, last year he was sitting 93.7. This year it's up past 94. So he's not regressing velocity-wise, which is obviously very important, even though he's getting a little old. Like, we don't have that many more years. I think it's like 3 more years on the Rodon contract.
Yeah, we're already, like, halfway done.
Yeah. We shouldn't be too concerned with that, but we love Carlos Rodon. You have anything else to say, or can I talk about Parker Messick?
No, nothing else to say. I think just his changeup is still good, and I like
his changeup is good.
Yeah.
He's going to be facing another lefty, Parker Messick, rookie, 25 years old, 6'2", 225. He's a big boy, but he does pretty much everything well. Like, he's a very different kind of pitcher. He throws 6 pitches. His fastball is much slower. He throws it like average 93, but usually sits around 92, and he can pump it up if he needs to. He's really just a big command guy. Like, all of his numbers, if you go on his Baseball Savant page, besides his velo, are above average. Like, he does everything pretty well, but he's very command reliant. So you're kind of going to get ebbs and flows with that. Like, you'll either be good command and he'll be elite one day, or you'll get bad command or he won't be as elite on any given day. But all of his numbers, none of them are, like, particularly elite. Like, he's not above 78th percentile in any stat on Baseball Savant, which is strikeout rate, 26.4% strikeout rate. But every stat, even though it doesn't go above 80, is also not below 50 besides his ground ball rate. Like, everything else, like chase percent, average exit velo, expected batting average, expected DRA, everything else well above average. Just overall, very solid pitcher. The Yankees don't generally do great against people that they haven't seen before. I don't actually know if that's a real stat. Like, that's a perception that I and most people have, but I have no actual numbers to back that up. But I think it's true.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
It's been. I feel like maybe it's like biased confirmation, but it's been true every time I've seen
Savage
it.
belt.
Yeah. Oh my
He's
god.
He's a Savage belt. I remember like the first time I really thought about it was like Alek Manoah belt in his MLB debut, like I don't know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But regardless, his fastball is his pitch. 99th percentile run value for Parker Messick's fastball. Yankees hit fastballs pretty well, so we'll see what they can do with it. But I'm excited for that matchup. I have Messick on my fantasy team, so I've watched a lot of his games, and he's very fun to watch. So we'll see him go. I love guys that just throw the ball in the zone all the time, and that's what he does. Like it's going in the zone or it's going right outside the zone. He's not throwing waste pitches, and it'll either be fun in one way because I'll get fantasy points, or fun another way because the Yankees will give him belts. So
that's what I want from Will Warren. Like, I just wanted to throw it in the zone, and you know if he gets shelled, he gets shelled, whatever. But moving on, I think, unless do you have any or just like final Guardians thoughts.
No, I think we should sweep them. That's my opinion on the matter.
I agree. We have to sweep them to get the season series, which we need.
That'd be kind of important.
That's like a moral victory that I need, and also a real victory.
Yeah. Moving on to other Yankees business that we haven't talked about yet. Austin Wells put on the 10-day IL with headaches. Basically, what that is that they're called cervical headaches. It means your cervical spine is the first 7 vertebrae in your spine. It kind of just like props up your head. It's just literally just the top of your spine. It also like protects your spinal cord, so obviously it can have effects on your brain. So this isn't really this isn't something that is like a cause. This is a result of something. So it's kind of unclear what is actually causing these kinds of headaches, because it can be a bunch of different things. It could be arthritis, obviously some really bad stuff like bone and disc disease, stenosis, and depending on what actually specific thing is causing it, there's a lot of different treatments. So I can't really say what it's going to look like. Like they have to find out first what's causing it and then deal with it. And at least publicly they haven't said what specifically is the root cause of it. So he claims that he's been dealing with this for a little while now, which I saw some people on Twitter kind of saying like, "Oh yeah, sure, buddy, like you suck at baseball and now you got weird random headaches." But like we kind of talked about this earlier in the year, like we were kind of like, even on the last like trade deadline episode, like we were in on Austin Wells. I was saying like we don't need to trade for a catcher. Like the catching options you're gonna get as an upgrade to Austin Wells are not going to be good enough to be worth the price, and you should spend that prospect capital elsewhere. But since that episode, like, everything just went to shit, more or less. Like, he got 0 hits basically over that time span, and now he's on the IL. Again, always our fault. But his xwOBA, like, I know he has had a bad season, like, the entire time. Like, I'm not claiming, like, he was good in reality and then he was bad. But, like, his xwOBA really tanked in mid-May. Like, all the like under the hood peripherals were pretty good up until then. He was walking a ton, and he was hitting the ball relatively hard. But the only thing that really concerns me long term, assuming they can deal with this issue, because like it's kind of unclear. Like maybe this is just something he'll have to deal with, and then that really throws his career into question, which obviously we don't want. But his splits this year have been god awful. Like his OPS against lefties is 339 on the year. He's hitting basically 100 with a 100 slug and a 200 on base. And last year it was 733, so a 400 point drop in OPS against lefties. Like he's gone from somebody who's above average hitting against left-handers to somebody who's the worst in baseball. And I have to imagine that that's partially because of this stuff, but also like it's been bad all year against lefties, so really not entirely sure what's going on there. Usually that's kind of a sticky skill. Like usually you don't just forget how to hit one side of the plate. But to replace him, they called up Ali Sanchez. They originally sent down JC Escarra to call up Ali Sanchez, who's a righty. It's the first righty catcher that's played for the Yankees since Trevino in the World Series, which is funny.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. But Ali Sanchez is bad, so I mean, I'm not entirely sure what the deal is there. Like, I think it's just a short-term solution.
Defensively, like,
sure, but so is JC Escarra. I think they just called him out because, like, if you're going to have two bad offensive catchers, you might as well get the one that makes the lineup balance better, I guess.
Yeah.
But Ali Sanchez is 29 years old. He's been with a bunch of different major league teams. He has a career 24 OPS plus in the major leagues. Very bad.
24?
24 for his career.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not great. And his numbers in AAA this year, the Yankees were, like, fine. They weren't anything impressive. Nothing that would indicate that he's going to be good at the major league level this year. It's just a little weird right now because the Yankees don't have a single top 30 catching prospect in their system. Like, none of their top 30 prospects even play catcher a little bit, which is not good because, yeah, we did kind of trade too anyway. And, you know, we got good players back. Like, Bednar, Doval, like, obviously... That's a controversial take on Doval, but, you know, Jazz, yeah. All these we traded 3 catching prospects, none of which have panned out, to be clear. Like, none of them are good yet. So, I'm not going to be mad about that until I actually get something to be mad about. But there's not really anyone in the farm that can replace him. I don't want to get too much into, like, trade targets right now because a trade isn't coming soon. Like, the deadline is still pretty far away, and there's no reason that a team would not try to charge the Yankees an absurd price if they tried to get a catcher right now, because they know that they're desperate and they can just wait till the deadline. So I think we just got to live with what we got right now. It's going to be JC Escar and Ali Sanchez for the time being. Like, maybe you'll see Ben Rice back there, but I think that if Ben Rice was going to be catching, they would have already thrown him back there. So I doubt it happens.
I also just don't want to see it. Like, I think, especially now with Judge getting injured, like, any risk to Ben Rice, if Ben Rice took a foul ball off the leg or something like that and got hurt and was out for a couple weeks, like,
yeah, it's over.
That's just so pointless. And like, listen, we can survive without Judge because of Ben Rice and because of the pitching staff, but I mean, like, the offense, and you know what, props and flowers to Cody Bellinger. Like, everyone has been kind of on this train of, like, apologizing to Belly for the things they said in the offseason, and I think we should hop on that as well because I mean, very small sample, but Tucker has been marginally worse.
It's not even a small sample. Like, it's been a third of the season, more than a third.
And I remember I have seen things that, like, say it stretches back. Pitchers are attacking him differently. I don't know if you saw that video. It was like they're throwing it in the zone much more, and he's having significantly less success than league average. And that goes back to, like, last July or August.
He was bad for, like, all of the second half of last season.
Yeah. So
this is why we're not the GM and Brian Cashman runs the show.
Yeah, and you know what? And Bellinger, like, not only is it just like, all right, yeah, he's, like, doing what he did last year and itching by Kyle Tucker. I mean, this looks to be the best version of Cody Bellinger since his Dodger days. Specifically, I mean, the defense, he's the best defender in baseball in any position. And it's just been,
by, like,
it's
DRS?
been a pleasure. Yeah, he's the most defensive
run saved. Yeah, he's very clearly the best left fielder in baseball. Like, obviously, I'd take, like, PCA over him, and that's, like, kind of it in terms of outfield defenders, maybe Rafaela. But point is, he's incredible on defense. He's hitting the best he has since he won an MVP. He's on pace for, like, an 8 Baseball Reference WAR season, which is insane. Mm-hmm. Like, this is far, far, far better than even he was last year, and he was great last year.
He's I mean, now with Judge out, he's sneaking his way into the MVP conversation for sure. Even though it does seem like Bobby Witt kind of has that all snatched up, but he is chasing lower than he has in the last few years. He's walking more than he has in the last few years, and most encouraging, he's hitting the ball a lot harder. His xWOBA is up considerably. It was 323 last year, which was good for 49th percentile. It's 377th this year, which is good for 89th. Same thing with his expected batting average and expected slug. The bat speed really hasn't done anything, but that's never really been his thing. But all in all, the pull air rate is still up. Obviously, he's been a bit of a Yankee Stadium merchant, but I'm assuming
he had 2 road home runs this week.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming that the away splits have gotten better. Like, the last time we checked, it was still, like, early season bullshittery. I feel like I'm checking right now. So if you want to maybe talk about something else for a few seconds.
Yeah, Belly's been as good as you could possibly hope for him to be. And, like, the other outfield options have just been bad. Like, we also haven't talked about Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham over the last month has been a pretty well above average hitter. Like, the defense really pisses me off. Like, they got to take him out of center field.
Yeah.
But especially if Spencer Jones is on the Major League roster. But regardless of that, I'm very pleased with the offseason at this point. What are you smiling?
Cody, my goat. Guess his home and away WRC plus splits.
It's like 200 at home and then like 80 on the road.
Dude, shockingly close. 209 and 73.
Wow, that was fully off the dome. I had no idea.
But he has a 474 WOBA at home. So
he
pull
loves
fly
New
balls,
York.
kids. Pull fly balls, kids. Because
he loves New York. He loves our boys.
Maybe one day you'll be hitting him into the short porch. And
greatest fans on earth, and he respects
Kyle
us.
and I will be talking about you.
Anyway, gonna run through the other couple injuries here. Mm-hmm. Aaron Judge out for an indeterminate amount of time with a stress fracture in his rib. There's also like some kind of vague concerns about thoracic outlet syndrome that seem to have been avoided, which is good. But they've been a little concerningly vague about his injury status. They haven't said a timeline for coming back. They've only given us a timeline for when he's going to be reevaluated, which isn't for 4 to 6 weeks. So he's not even going to be assessed for at least a month, but probably more. And it would put his kind of comeback to like after rehab starts and everything. Like, it is going to be like August at the earliest. We're very lucky that the division has been awful. I think how many weeks until August? Like, we got like 8 weeks until August, more or less. Like, I think mid-August is kind of the return, like 10 weeks we're looking at. So we're getting kind of bailed by the division being awful. Like, if we were in the division we expected to be in, like, we would be really fucked right now. Yeah. But everyone else in the division is awful. We're, I think, tied with the Rays in the standings right now. They've fallen back to earth because, wow, you're telling me that the Nick Martinez isn't going to put up a 2 ERA the whole fucking year? Whoop-de-doo, man. Like, anyway, I can't get into the Rays right now.
That's the thing. Like the like snobbiness, the high horse that Rays fans will talk to you from, where they're like, you know, they think because their team is like the analytics team that they're all geniuses, and it's like, oh no, the pitching has been legit and blah, 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 blah. And you know, you don't have to respect the offense, but you have to respect the pitching. Oh, blah, blah. No, I don't.
I don't have to respect anything.
And this is why. I don't have to respect shit.
I don't. Giancarlo Stanton is also not doing too hot. I feel like they haven't really given us much information on him, but I don't expect him to be back super soon.
They said on WFAN today he's been 2 to 3 weeks away for many weeks.
Yeah, for like a month. So
yeah,
I think they're just letting him chill. Like they're seeing the state of the division. They're like, just relax, man. That's just how it is with Stanton. Come back, be healthy eventually. That's all I really care about. Jason Dominguez, go on. I'm just
obviously Jazz elicits emotions from this fan base, but he's been better. Trent has been great since May started. Pretty much, it's comfortably enough to say that he's rebounded into form. Belly is, as we just said, the best he's been in a very long time. Ben Rice is truly breaking out into the hitter that we all know that he can be. So I mean, not for nothing, like that's a top 5 that's still really good. And if Austin Wells comes back and the headaches thing has been resolved in some form and he's able to be better than his 3 WRC plus over the last month, whatever ridiculousness, and they'll trade for maybe if George Lombard Jr. has a crazy June, they'll call him up in July just to see what they can get out of third base. And I really like. I think the offense is going to be fine enough that they don't have to rush Judge or Stanton back at this point. And Jason's coming back too, and he was playing well before he got hurt. And I'm interested to see what you can get out of that. Honestly, like if the pitching staff wasn't as good as it is, this would be a huge problem. But the pitching staff is elite, so as long as they can keep that up, it'll be fine.
Overall, feeling okay about the Yankees despite some pretty tough luck over the last week or so.
Speaking of, Max Fried apparently is throwing from 120 feet. Yeah, right? 120
something like that.
Right now.
He's throwing is the point.
He'll be back soon-ish. Garrett Cole and Max Fried still have yet to occupy this rotation in a non-preseason game together. So I'm very excited for that.
That's
for
crazy.
One. That like
yeah,
dude, not for nothing, like this is like a Dodgers level accumulation of talent, and I feel like nobody's really talking about it. Like Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Cody Bellinger, and Paul Goldschmidt. You know, again, to his flowers, Paul Goldschmidt's been incredible. Like that's a really that's a World Series winning group.
Yeah, like if we're stacking the rotations up against each other, you have like I'm putting Cam Schlittler at the 1 just because he's been the best.
Yeah.
And you have like Schlittler and Yamamoto, like both of them are awesome. Ohtani and Cole, like obviously Ohtani's been better. He hasn't thrown nearly as many innings, but I would expect Ohtani to pitch better than Cole, like if they were go up against each other.
But
then when he's like the 3 starters, like
we're talking about a 1 ERA versus like a 1.5, you know, or like a 1.5 versus a 2, you know, like.
And the Yankees own Shohei when he pitches.
Yeah, and
small sample, but, you know.
3 starters. I mean, Max Fried versus.
When did we play the Dodgers?
Snell. I think same time.
My mic just cut out there. When?
It's
I'll look up when we play the Dodgers.
Yeah, sure. I think it's.
I wonder if we'll get to see Ohtani because I don't think he's pitched. Yeah, well, he wasn't able to pitch against us.
Yeah.
The last time we played the Dodgers, like his arm wasn't healthy yet, so. Interesting.
Nestor
but regardless,
pitched that game that we went to. Remember when they came and shellacked us?
When they scored like 50 runs, and then you left your keys or something in the bleachers.
No, I left the bag with Mike's keys in it in the bleachers.
Yeah, it was Mike's keys.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Mike Dro TV. I think we can kind of wrap it up there.
Yeah.
You might see a couple cuts this episode. We had some incidents with some hiccups. I got the hiccups and they wouldn't stop. And then Ryan, you could see him starting to grin over there. There was some incidents. Yeah. Don't.
Total exoneration, no wrongdoing. That's what I have to say about that.
There was wrongdoing. But anyway, thank you for bearing with us if there's a couple cuts this episode. We will be seeing you shortly. Hopefully we can get, as we just shouted him out, Mike Dro TV on the pod soon. We might also get one of our Mets fan friends on here. It's funny.
Yeah.
The pod has breached containment with like
people
from our high school. Yeah. And I want to come on here, so you might be seeing some guest stars soon. Yeah. But anyway, anything else you want to say before we hop off?
No, we hope you're enjoying the new social media stuff we've been putting out. We've been trying to push some clips and some new graphics and some worded analysis on Twitter. I was posting about Camilo Doval. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna take a second and talk about that. That pitch Camilo Doval threw. I wanna give Camilo Doval his flowers for that outing in general, because you know what? I don't give a shit what the score said. That was an incredible outing by Camilo Doval. Gave up. Loaded the bases on some guards ball bullshit, a lot of small ball, single grounded to the catcher, ground ball, single, whatever. That guy got up there and generated like 2 billion whiffs after that. I don't know the exact numbers. You can go check our pod account. We tweeted about it. But specifically, the pitch that he threw that resulted in a 75 mile per hour fly ball double that scored 3 runs was a 107 stuff plus 78 out of 80 grade sinker. Like, that is an incredible pitch. It had like 10 inches of vertical break. I want to say like 3 inches of horizontal break. I mean, it was an incredible pitch, and he was dealing, dude. He was getting swing and miss. He was getting foul balls. He wasn't walking anyone. Like, it was all in the zone, and it was really encouraging to see, even despite the way that it unfortunately kind of ended up. So I'm very happy with Camilo Doval and the turnaround of the pitcher that you like. Every time we play them, Talking Yanks has to post the clip of the opposing broadcaster going, "How does this guy have an ERA over 5?" Like, I don't know, bro, but hopefully it's not like that for that much longer. That was the last
and
thing
to Clip Farm, one more thing that we mentioned I want to talk about. I want to quickly mention the Yankees' record against teams above 500 and completely come out against this notion that it actually matters at this point in the year. This stat changes. Like, the Yankees have played lots of teams that right now are below 500 that will be above 500 at the end of the year and have whooped them. Like, playing a team at the beginning of the year that's 2-6. Like, I don't know. I'm not thinking of a specific team right now. But
Mariners.
I guarantee you that, one, by the end of the year, the Yankees will have a top 10 record against teams above 500 in the league. I guarantee this. And two, I also guarantee this, that it does not actually matter for guaranteeing postseason success. Like, go look at any, like, if you look up right now on Google, record versus above 500 teams versus World Series success, there'll be a Reddit thread that comes up as the top search result, where somebody actually went through and checked if having, like, a top 5 record against teams above 500 matters. The answer, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as you're not, like, 20th, which the Yankees, again, will not be, it does not matter. If you use the stat to say anything meaningful about the Yankees right now, you are wrong. And I fully stand by this. Like, you can come at me. Like, I understand that there's a narrative around the Yankees, like, they can only beat bad teams. They can only beat them on bad pitching. Objectively not true. I don't care what you think about it.
I completely agree. And I just want to say, I posted about this on Twitter, and I'm posing this question to our viewers as well. Let's say, hypothetically, the Yankees had played 3 games this weekend. There was no rain on Saturday, and they had won 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox, and they had then lost that series against the Guardians. They won 1 game, lost 2. Which matters more to you? Beating the Guardians, who are out of the division because they're above 500, or beating the in-division Red Sox? Like, you got to actually... And listen, like, yeah, it's whatever, fresh, blah, 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 blah. Literally, in a, like, rule book sense, your record in the division matters. Your record above teams above 500 doesn't.
Does not matter.
Yeah, if they can continue this success of, maybe they have a bad series against a Central team, but they played their best ball against the AL East, I'm in. That was literally, go back to episode 1. That was the first thing I came on here and said. I need to see better performances against the AL East and the real AL East. Not the Rays, or, well, I guess, the Rays have been better this year.
Yeah, the Rays have a +7 run differential. The Yankees have a +96 run differential. Yeah. Like, if you think this is a serious race, like, go fuck yourself.
This is how it should have been all throughout last year with the Blue Jays. But do you remember that when the Blue Jays went to Colorado and scored like 80 runs in a weekend and brought up their run differential to like everyone else? That was the only reason that the Blue Jays, and then like the rest of the year they were kind of just like coasting with everyone else. But like, I'm not gonna get into this.
The Jays last year had an expected win-loss from the run differential of 88 and 74, and the Yankees had an expected win-loss of 97 and 65. Like, these teams are not good. I understand that the Blue Jays were, like, better. Like, there's a difference between, if you're, like, +90 at the end of the year, like, you can be a good team. If you're +7, you're fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me look. 2025, a team with a close to that run differential. Do you know what team had a +6 run differential last year and what their record was? It was the Arizona Diamondbacks. 80 and 82, +6 run differential.
They, like, just barely...
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Anyway, I think we should just wrap it up here.
I think so too.
We'll get back to you later.
The division sucks. The Yankees don't.
Yankees run this shit. We run this shit. Go Knicks. Knicks in 4.
Go Knicks, baby. Knicks in 4. Knicks in 4. That's what's really important.
If Trump fucks up the vibe, like...
Dude, I can't talk about it. We got end the show. End the show. Goodbye. Let's go Yankees.
Remember, like, comment, subscribe, give us a follow wherever. If you want to interact with us, leave a comment or follow us on Twitter. Everything like that. We love you all, even if you don't love us, and we'll talk to you later.
If you want to hear me talk about Trump going to the Knicks game, follow me on Twitter.
Follow on Twitter.
All right. Let's go Yankees.